Sophie Cunningham injury update sparks return timeline hope. A collective gasp echoed through the arena as Indiana Fever's Sophie Cunningham crumpled to the court, her hands clutching her knee in visible agony. The August 17th game against the Connecticut Sun came to a jarring halt, and fears of a season-ending disaster immediately began to swirl among fans and analysts alike. The sight of a key player in such distress is every team's worst nightmare, casting a shadow over a hard-fought victory. Yet less than 24 hours later, a subtle glimpse from the Fever's locker room has ignited a flicker of optimism, suggesting the story may not be as dire as initially feared. What is the latest update on Sophie Cunningham's injury? The immediate aftermath of the injury was tense. Fever coach Stephanie White expressed deep concern post-game, telling reporters per a Hindustan Times report from August 19, 2025 the way that she fell and how she was holding herself and how much pain she was in. This description fueled speculation, particularly on social media, that Cunningham may have suffered a devastating ACL tear. However, the team has yet to issue an official medical diagnosis, awaiting conclusive results from further evaluation. The most significant development came not from a press release but from within the team's sanctum. In a video posted by the Indiana Fever celebrating their win, Coach White is seen addressing the team in the locker room. As she concludes her speech and moves away, the camera briefly captures Sophie Cunningham standing in the background, smiling and awaiting her teammates. This seemingly casual moment was a powerful signal to anxious observers. An ex-user captured the frame, noting it was the best part of the post-game locker room coach talk. A smiling Sophie standing up. Hope it's not season-ending, a sentiment echoed by countless relieved fans in the replies. Expert analysis on the nature of the injury. While the locker room sighting is encouraging, medical professionals caution that it does not preclude a significant injury. Sports Illustrated consulted Dr. Brian Sutterer, a sports medicine expert, for his analysis. He suggested that the mechanism of the injury might point away from an ACL tear. Instead, he posited two other likely possibilities based on the angle of impact: a medial collateral ligament, MCL, sprain or a kneecap dislocation. Potential timelines for recovery. The specific diagnosis will dictate Cunningham's path back to the court. MCL sprain, depending on the grade, severity, recovery can range from a few weeks for a mild sprain to several months for a complete tear. Kneecap dislocation. According to standards cited from the Cleveland Clinic, this injury typically requires a recovery period of 6 to 8 weeks to ensure stability and full strength has returned. This spectrum of outcomes means a swift return for the Fever's next game against the Minnesota Lynx on August 23 appears highly unlikely. The team and its fans must await the official word from medical staff to plot the course ahead. The emotional rollercoaster from a frightening on-court collapse to a hopeful locker room smile defines the fragile nature of professional sports. While the sight of Sophie Cunningham standing and smiling is the most positive sign available, the Indiana Fever's fortunes now hinge on a precise medical evaluation. All eyes will be on the team's official channels for a definitive diagnosis and timeline, hoping the star's resilience matches that of her team. For the latest official updates, follow the Indiana Fever's verified social media accounts and website. How did Sophie Cunningham get hurt? Cunningham sustained a knee injury during a game against the Connecticut Sun on August 17, 2025. The exact play has not been detailed, but it involved a fall that caused her significant immediate pain, leading to her exit from the game. What is the official diagnosis for Sophie Cunningham's injury? As of the latest reports, there is no official diagnosis from the Indiana Fever medical team. The organization is likely conducting further imaging and evaluation to determine the full extent of the damage to her knee before releasing a statement. Could Sophie Cunningham's injury be season-ending? While an ACL tear was her initial fear among fans, expert analysis suggests other less severe injuries like an MCL sprain or kneecap dislocation are possible. These would not necessarily be season-ending but could still sideline her for several weeks to months. When will Sophie Cunningham return? There is no return date set. Her availability is entirely dependent on the official diagnosis. Given the potential injuries speculated by experts, a return for the next game on August 23 is improbable. A more realistic timeline will be established after the medical evaluation is complete.